Do you see this? We can draw. We can actually draw. Now we can't lose anymore. Okay. So what is Royal cooking here?
Unranked to Sovereign, and today we're playing Yone in Master Tier. Oh, that's the dairy.
Like, it's so... Like, depending on what he's playing against, it's just so ballsy to just waltz in there. For fun. I am yet again not really a fan. I saw a Darius, and I saw a Karma. Like, every support champion will at least have 250 health. If they go Relic, they'll have 425, if I'm not mistaken, once it's fully scaled. Darius will have bruise items, 100%. And every 50 health is 1% damage increase. Literally, with Giant Slayer. So yeah, that's the biggest question. Conqueror here grants him a lot of AD, yes. I still like Lethal more personally. Brutal is a very good laning rune. It grants a lot of extra damage. Alacrity grants him even more attack speed, but the question is it really required? Would you not rather have Omnivamp? Bone Plating is just a very good laning rune. So he has very good laning runes, like these two. Very powerful. It will help him out a lot. And who's he even playing against?
I know you guys love watching my Yone and me talking through my Yone gameplay. So
Irelia, okay.
Irelia. One of the trickiest matchups. It's very Yone favored, but you have to play it extremely well. A good Irelia will...
Okay. Against Irelia, you have to think about the following. Like, every low HP minion is a potential target for her to do something, right? Every time one is low, you can already assume that Irelia is going to dash on it, right? And the only thing you're doing is waiting then. So you position yourself in a way where your Q would hit the minion and her upon arrival. The next thing about Irelia Q is, if Irelia Q on this target here, like, where does she come out from the angle she's currently at? 1, 2, 3, or 4? And the answer to this question is 3. Irelia will always come out behind the unit that she's dashing to. The next issue you have to keep in mind about Irelia is when there's a low minion here, and she's, for example, level 2, and she just hides in Fog of War for a brief second, she might have placed E1 here. And then she dashes to a low HP minion like this minion here, for example. And then she dashes onto you, auto-attacks you, and you see her E animation, but in your brain it's E1, like the third ability. But in reality it's already E2, like the ability that stuns. And then she gets a dash reset on you because she hits you with the stun. And conveniently on top of this, her Q ability is also an auto-tag reset. Which means if that ever happens to you, you might get killed instantaneously. The next thing you have to understand is that if she has access to her, like all her abilities level 3, her second ability like a W, you need to know how much damage these caster minions can take before they are in execute range for her first ability. Because then this grants a primary access tool for her right into your face.
Destroy you if you make any type of mistake. You need to constantly dodge your stun and abuse your first ability range. And I've already made a mistake. I've missed both my first abilities, and I have not poked her level 1 as I should.
Yep, Royal.
To jump on a minion and use my first ability to poke her down.
Fake would have done
out
it.
of her auto attack range. And now to use my third ability to dodge her first, to dodge her stun. I'm going Conqueror instead of Lethal Tempo. I've been trying Conqueror on Yone and I really like it. She has Lethal Tempo.
If he gets hit there, he dies on the spot.
Versus the Lethal Tempo. Obviously, that's not why we won that fight. Lethal Tempo is better in the early scraps instead of Conqueror. Why we won that fight is because we had more
Okay, he has a major power spike.
So understanding minion damage helped us feel confident in winning that early game 1v1.
I mean, we can take a look again. Like, was it really how he won, or was it a few other things? Okay, take a look. Irelia doesn't have any passive stacks, which means she has no attack speed bonus right now, no attack speed, no damage bonus. Okay. He already used his third ability, so it's on cooldown. Like, it's completely pointless right now. He doesn't have it. Like, it's basically one ability less. Irelia already got a little bit chipped by him as a consequence, right? Irelia dashes in, gets the reset, but dashes right into the minions. Now she's very sloppy in terms of skill speed, right? She is not instantly casting her E. Like, right now, she is not casting her E in any way. Like, in E, for example, here, so she can Q this here, and then Q back up here, and then walk upwards, or something. She's just basically brawling it out, and she has 1 sec. She misses.
Really like it. She has lethal tempo. So here we go.
And she nearly won. Right? She nearly won. Even though the fight started as it started. So if she played better in any way, he just dies. The good thing for him though is the fact that he has his flash available. So he should never be hit by the stun anyway.
And Conqueror wins versus the lethal tempo. Obviously, that's not why we won that fight. Lethal tempo is better in the early scraps instead of Conqueror. Why we won that fight is because we had more minions. So understanding minion damage helped us feel confident in winning that early game 1v1. Obviously, Aurelia doesn't seem to understand quite as well as me how much damage minions actually do. So we're gonna take the first blood.
True.
We're gonna
she is absolutely clueless. My god.
Poke her down. And she's already 20% HP. We're just so strong once we get these boots.
Do you remember the games I played before?
Such a fun champion to play. Definitely.
What's he playing in? Is it silver now?
Looking at the wave.
The games I played in were horrendous.
She goes base. Look at the wave.
She goes base, she loses everything.
We're gonna push this. We're gonna let it push to us. Why? Because he's missing all these minions by the minions, her minions hitting my minions. And now the wave is in a great position for me to go in and poke her. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
What is she doing?
Darius, so we're gonna play a little safer.
She just lost 2 melee minions again.
And she's half HP, and we can look for another solo kill when Darius fucks off.
He helps her crash the wave.
We're gonna stay here and try to help her shove in the wave.
Doesn't.
But we're not gonna let that happen. We're gonna keep the wave on our
just
side
hit 1, yes,
and
perfect.
only slow push it.
He needs level 5. Okay, he can E and then look for a pull.
We're
Okay.
gonna let the Darius go. We're gonna let him.
What he could have done, like depending on the time that has passed right now, is instead of queuing backwards to his wave, he could just queue it here and see what Yone is doing, and then maybe look for something, because the wave here is currently still pushing into him, regardless of what he's doing, unless he pushes this. And he could have maybe stopped his recall again, or maybe kill him if he's stupid. And he has shown that the Aurelia is stupid plenty of times.
So I have the space I need to destroy her.
If the Aurelia comes back and he gets a Q3 stack, the Aurelia will just instantly lose 50% again.
So 2 times she's gone base and she's missed so many minions by me just freezing the wave here.
Cannon also lost the Aurelia is over.
And she comes back again.
Darius is here, so he can't all in.
The top bush. However, I'm still gonna go.
But he can bully.
Poke.
That doesn't matter.
Knock him up and back off. Our Diana is coming. So maybe we can look for something. I get a little cut out. Come in with the ultimate. Our Diana is coming to clean up the kills. So I definitely got a little greedy.
He was a little greed boy. Like, take a look again. Like, he goes for this play. Everything is fine.
Knock him up and back off.
But
Diana is coming, so maybe
hitting the plant is just a little bit too much.
Come in with the ultimate. Our Diana is coming to clean up the kills. So I definitely got a little greedy.
See Diana pushing is he does. Okay. Bless her. Bless her.
Engage, and we do give our Diana a kill. We go down to Darius. However, look at the wave. It's a perfect wave for us to continue harassing this Aurelia. We're making her laning face hell because of that fumble level 1 that she did. This is how you punish mistakes. This is how you can win the entire laning phase from one single mistake that Aurelia did. This is how good players are gonna punish you if you make dumb mistakes.
Yeah, he's completely right. But the biggest issue that happens here then is in most of the times, like, he is playing well. He is completely choking out the Aurelia, but Timmy Turner and Larry McJuggleballs down there will die if the person runs here, even runs through here, through all vision, and then he gets blamed for it, even though it's not his fault. And this is what people need to realize. If something like this is the case, as a jungler or support, keep your eyes open. The enemy mid laner has no play anymore. Like, he can't play, and therefore he needs to do something somewhere else or needs help.
Mistakes, and this is what I'm gonna do to this Aurelia. I'm gonna keep the wave still in my side of the lane. When was the last time this Aurelia was even able to farm comfortably?
Aurelia used R.
But she won't be
As you
able
see,
to find anything.
she needs to make a play because she can't play.
So when Aurelia does finally come, oh, she's actually top lane.
He should crash
This
now
works
and go
out
for
to break
platings.
my freeze when the enemy laner roams. Because when they're roaming, we don't want to let them roam for free. We want to punish them. So by pushing, now they're going to lose these minions under turret. And we're going to get turret platings. So while the Aurelia didn't manage to get anything top, she didn't kill the Naxxus, we were able to push the wave, deny her minions under turret, and get a plating.
Darius doesn't even stay for the XP? Aurelia just W'd in front of him and dashed on him. She's dead because she doesn't have W. He didn't even need to... Actually, his R is grief. You could have just auto-attack Q and peace out. You could have kept the ultimate. Because he saw the Aurelia W earlier, so he doesn't need damage or CC.
So far behind. We're gonna be able to clean up another
What is he doing now?
Another plate. However, I noticed that I just need 60 gold for my next item.
Fair enough.
So even though the dragon is spawning, I am gonna be a little greedy with it. And I'm gonna push one more wave and base for my Blade of the Ruin.
I mean, he has time anyway, since the enemy's going for a play. Like, they're not doing the objective, so it's time for a power spike.
Super strong. So the enemy team is actually not gonna be able to immediately start any objectives.
He, like, issue now is he doesn't have R because he used it beforehand. He needs to pre-stack... Major mistake. Royal needs to approach from this angle, pre-stacking Q here. He needs to pre-stack Q on Raptors.
Usually when the objectives are up, you already want to be pressuring something. Oh, they're actually doing dragon.
Yeah, no, he is very delayed with entering. He's still there in time, like his juggle carried brutally, and everything turns out to be well. But that he didn't pre-stack and went earlier, even though there was nothing to lose for him going that route, could have cost his team or him a lot.
Or I think the Diane actually picked up one of those kills, and we put.
Garen is gone, like he sees like... Hullbreaker disappeared on that minion here, so Garen disappeared, so he can just push instantly. He wasted a few seconds.
I'm gonna ward up and start the Herald so Diana can smite it when she gets here.
Darius is coming.
Aurelia coming to it. Karma is actually coming too. This could be a little scary, so I'm gonna go in and try to zone them off.
He is completely fine, he can't die.
And there's actually
the only way he dies is if Karma uses a power W and throws it towards him.
So we're gonna look for him. So we'll pick up the kill on Garen as an exchange, but we do lose the Herald. Great play by Darius to get in there and steal it with a Karma shield. And unfortunately, our dual lane is gonna go down in the mid lane to the Herald. So the enemies are gonna
what is blood building?
So a bit of a mistake from my team.
He do be attacking fast, but
another hit. And Tristan is farming
that cannot be it.
So this was not good for us, right? That Herald steal and our dual lane dying there cost us 2 turrets. If the Tristana gets the turret bot lane, oof, they're gonna get so much plating gold right now, and this puts them back into the game, right? So I kind of did a mistake by starting the Herald because I didn't think that Karma would actually join Darius to go for Herald, but good play by the Karma to, instead of auto path bot lane, to actually go to the objective. Well played.
I mean, Diana can always secure, no? Like, if she uses her spells on cooldown and sinks Smite, there's no way she loses to Darius, no?
So we're still
it's just no way.
We need to be a little afraid because we don't have a turret. So Darius can just run us down if he wants to.
I don't know. I don't agree with the item. Let's see what he does.
I do want to go to a side lane. I see an opportunity to go and harass this Garen, but Darius is there. Now I'm completely caught out since Karma is there too.
Oh!
I do survive the Garen ult, but the Darius ult does clean me
now
out.
The forcing starts happening.
There's nothing I can do. However, I did still manage to get a lot of value from my first ability.
I think
my ulti.
Like
I was able
Bow
to Garen the Darius, so my team was able to clean up those kills.
IE with Zerka Greaves,
just enough gold,
and then you go into bruiser items. It's just way more efficient.
Exactly what we need.
Like I think, honestly, I think Blade is just a bait item because your champion is a crit-based champion, and like brief explanation: Blade of the Rune King does damage, like physical damage, depending on the enemy's current health. And if you crit them twice, the damage will be so low, plus the item is very low AD compared to, like, for example, League PC. There was a time where this item was built on, like, Yoni League PC every single game because it was so broken. In this game, the item is weaker. The item has less stats, like, a lot less AD, I think 15 or 20 less AD. and other items grant him crit spikes earlier, but here he has a lot of attack speed, so I personally don't really like it. I believe you have less damage, but yeah.
I usually go tanky, but sometimes I will build Infinity Edge after as well. Now we do want to go in the side lane, so that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I want to stay away from the mid lane. I'm going to go and harass the Asterius a little bit, but since Karma is here, we're not going to do anything major. We're just gonna back off. I'm just kind of pressuring them, wasting their time, because there's nothing for me to be doing right now. Kai'Sa is still bot lane. Kai'Sa needs to go mid lane, and let me and Nasus in the side lanes. But I guess they're catching out Aurelia, which is great. So while we're keeping these guys busy, our team is doing work. Darius is gonna go base. Now we're just gonna push this wave. And with Yone, this is something I mentioned a lot. You wanna farm resources. You scale well with items, and you're a resource-hungry champion.
I mean, yeah, you are.
And on top of that, you gather resources so quickly. So we push the wave, and there's nothing for us.
Once you have items, yeah.
Base and look for other opportunities elsewhere. Our team's getting into a scrap in the...
Again, Royal, why are you walking this way when the fight is happening here and you can reach faster while pre-stacking Q3 on these minions so you can E earlier, Q over the wall, and R somewhere else? Why are you doing this?
Bottom side jungle. They're very overextended. The Diana goes in. A good flash from the Darius will keep him alive.
Look, he's a minion.
Let's see if we can actually do anything here. We get a good ultimate going. However, Tristana immediately knocks us up.
Where's your damage? You're literally healing them.
Because we cannot take the damage of 4 champions. So we actually lose Diana and Janna on that fight. That's a mistake.
Yeah, no damage.
There's no reason for them to be fighting there, especially when
or am I blind?
Just about to spawn.
Raptor.
Oh, the Raptor cancelled me. I guess we're staying for Dragon, boys.
KFC, bros.
And Karma is very overextended by herself mid, so that gives us an opportunity to go in, chase her down, and get the kill. Well played, well played, well played. So we see the Darius and the Aurelia, but my ADC just walks right into it. Am I the only one that saw the Darius and the Aurelia?
No reset.
Now my support is forced to flash away. So my dual lane is not doing
Darius didn't get a reset. So he's substantially weaker. Yeah, he needs yet again. Now he needs to, I believe, use red buff. Like again, there's a fight happening randomly here. But the moment this standoff happens and nothing is happening, right? He can again use neutrals or allied camps to pre-stack Q if he has time.
And we're kind of split. We're not.
Darius doesn't have R.
I'm gonna go in on the Aurelia since I found an opportunity.
He doesn't do damage.
Easily assassinate her. And the enemy team is chasing me down. I'm gonna have to wall just to escape. My ult just came up. And my team is in such a weird position. I have no HP, so I need to back off. And the Garen ult is gonna destroy the Diana.
What does he go now?
What is Nasus doing? Where is blood going?
Where's blood going?
I don't know where Nasus is going, but he's gonna be taking down.
I'm very confused with the items he's going.
Losing this dragon. So the enemies are definitely not out of this game. We did have a good early game, but the enemies are still doing really well. The Tristana is very fed. The Darius is very fed. And with the Karma supporting him, especially this new buffed Karma. I can't believe they buffed Karma again. What a terrible decision. But the new buffed Karma is supporting him, so we need to be careful. So I made a macro mistake here, and I'd like to point it out. I went to Dragon, even though our jungler is not there, and the enemies are clearly gonna get it. And I
was emotional, yeah.
Died and missed a few minions. I should have just immediately gone top lane and farmed and gathered resources instead of wasting my time trying to what? Steal the dragon as Yone? That's not gonna happen, so I was just wasting my time, I guess.
Emotional?
So now we are gonna continue farming and gathering resources.
Garen was alone, he saw Hullbreaker for a second. He uses E just in expectation of somebody being behind him.
The wave, back off right to our third ability in case someone is there. Our team is going to be able to catch up with Garen. He's very...
Garen's still alone. Exactly Hullbreaker's active. Hullbreaker's still active. You see? Now somebody's around. When you gank these people...
Pick up the Garen, and now we could possibly do better.
Always take a look at the Hullbreaker buff.
I'm going to find an opportunity to get Aurelia. It's going to be there and completely destroy.
Aurelia? Okay, Aurelia did something really smart. Like, when the Yone casts R, there's a delay, right? And the Aurelia can just cast her W or second ability and then block a big portion of the damage which is recently buffed. And whatever you do to an Irelia, like any CC, knockback, or anything, will never cancel a second ability. And therefore the damage mitigation is so high that it's literally suicide to go in there. Like the moment he saw that there's somebody else, he needed to go out again.
I went onto the Irelia. She deflected a lot of my damage with her second ability. And the Tristana was just sitting there auto-attacking me for free. And that's the last...
Like he still has no damage. Like he can't kill anyone, no? Like he really has no damage.
Tristana damage for more than this couple seconds. So it was definitely an overextension, a mistake by me, but we do get the Irelia. And Tristana is very overextended. This is something that I see in Master Tier so much. So many people just overextending in side lanes.
Facts.
He's gonna ult the Janna.
Absolutely facts.
Diana and will go down. Very important kill. Because that puts us back in the driver's seat tempo-wise. Because now we have 5 members alive, they have 4 members alive. And the enemies are getting greedy and fighting 4v5. Of course, Nasus is not there yet. And
El Clasico.
So they are doing okay. They're able to get a double kill. But now the Nasus and me are here. We're gonna stop them. And we're gonna kill all 4 of them.
Free Nasher. If he feels insecure about it, he can Q over the wall and take the plant. Somebody is there.
And she can't really steal it. So we're just gonna finish that up. And if I do see her, we have a ward that is gonna immediately ult her and get rid of her. So
he has item spike, he goes down there, free stuff.
Definitely a mistake from the enemy team to fight 4v5.
Like,
when,
honestly,
Tristana is not even there, which is one of their strongest members.
I don't know. I don't agree with what he has in his inventory.
Oh, the Irelia actually kills her. What? Am I saying this right? The Irelia is like 4,000 gold behind and she just kills the Kai'Sa.
80 carry players.
I didn't see what happened.
Yeah, bro, good.
Misplayed,
it's an 80 carry player. You just misplayed, brother. Come on.
Please never do this.
If
Baron Asher and you immediately die, you need to be D-ranked back to Iron. We've lost all our tempo now, and we have to wait for the Kai'Sa to respawn before we can do anything with our Baron buff because we're in a 4v5. So we're just gonna waste half our Baron. I could maybe look to catch out Irelia.
He can just bully her. I don't think he can kill her. He needs to. Okay.
Waiting on my third ability, but I'm just gonna ult out.
If Darius walks in and blocked it, he dies.
If I think. From his first ability, so not too worried about him blocking me there. We're gonna be able to get a clean.
I don't know. I think he dies to the Darius. The Darius has Tabi and DD.
Most of our Baron buff. We're in a situation where we can push down with the Baron buff all 3 lanes. Garen's actually here to defend me. And I don't think he's able to. I'm very fat. So we're going to just go on him under turret and abuse our knock-up and try to avoid the silence. We don't want to drop low HP.
What is Blood doing?
We'll take him down. And now with Garen dead as well, we're going to be able to push down these turrets. And
what are the NA Bloods doing?
Our actually gone already. Man, I hate Kai'Sa for that. Irelia is actually gonna flash.
Oh, she hit.
One shot us. Wow. I definitely got flashed away from her stun and her ult, and maybe I could have outplayed her, but I didn't have the reaction time for that, so just instantly.
Royal getting ult.
With her flash first ability.
Can't be me.
So I definitely could have played that differently. My bad for dying there. I just kind of panicked, but our team's gonna be able to pick up the Irelia. Just went in with no ultimate. Diana is gonna get dragon. And we're
of course he's talking about like he didn't like
lead is in the mid lane.
Okay, no like this is very like this is 100% he talks about the game after the game has been played. Like you hear it like from the very get-go by just the lack of processing the words and sentences as he's playing. Like there's no emotion involved. It's too cool. It's like too distant to the action happening. Like there's no jump scares, etc, etc.
Way far ahead of this Irelia, but the rest of their team is actually doing well. And you've already seen that Irelia is able to just 1v1 our Kai'Sa even when behind. I think they're still going for a pretty weird fight, but the Janna heals and shields are coming in clutch. And they're able to keep them alive for so long.
Oh, Mr. Nasus decaying!
Ignoring the Nasus, going for the Janna.
He just doesn't give a damn.
The Janna, but she'll go down to the Nasus and the Diana.
Bonk? Any bonkers?
My team is definitely overstaying their welcome there.
I mean, not really. Like the Karma was, the Janna was, or the Yana was, yeah, but not the Nasus.
Decent trade from my team.
Nasus can't really die.
And I do want to go in on this Karma. I use my first ability up close, and then with just a few quick
Ooh, very good stasis. It was very
She
close.
survives. Again, like I mentioned in all my videos before, whenever I have the opportunity, I counter jungle the enemy. Steal their raptors, steal their Krugs whenever you can. Now I'll steal my own jungler's camps as well.
Yoink.
And the Baron is spawning soon. I'm gonna drop a ward on it, but we're gonna base for our stasis. Great item to get against Garen and
I'm not really sold on his item build. Like, he's too squishy, and he does damage, but only on squishy targets he does DPS.
Gonna clean up the wolves, and now we're gonna
I am not a fan.
Darius and
brother man?
with our third ability. They're actually very overextended. I'm gonna go in with my ult, get a great 3-man knock-up, stasis while my team cleans up.
Team gap
That should be
popping up.
Destroy them with our wombo combo with Yoda.
Diana just said hello, and nope.
Engage, get a 3-man knock-up after with my first ability knock-up, and then I was able to come in, clean up, and here's the surrender vote. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like below and subscribe for more Wild Rift content.
Damn. Subscribe for more WildRift content? Subscribe now. Subscribe to Royal. Do it. Man, what is blood thinking with these items? I need to know. I need to know.